with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Oh, for Trump's sake.
Is that correct?
There we go. Sorry, it was a rough start. I had my streaming key wrong. So I was streaming to the wrong channel. And I realized quickly none of you could see me. So I'm here, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I'm a little bit late. Oh, look. Oh, I forgot to. After all that. Hang on one second. Knew I forgot something. And it was that. All right, here we go. Wait for it. We're going to have everyone redo their commands in just a second. Let's see. Internet, Lumia, chatbot, Facebook, YouTube. Click. Okay, Facebook's not up, but the rest of it's good. All right, we made it. We are here. Good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. So good to have you here. Let's see. Let's just check that here. That's good. We're all good, I think. Welcome. As everyone files in and takes their seats, thank you very much. Greeners, thank you, Samantha, Sharon, and all the mods for keeping us together and formed last week. Oh my goodness, I could not have done it without them. Hang on one second. For some reason, my computer's turned and it's catching my OCD.
I'm not a camel.
There we go. Now I can see it. Greeners, you are not wrong. Not wrong at all. The mods were absolutely fantastic. Sharon, Samantha, all of them were absolutely amazing. Debbie Wilson, 2-month membership. Got my 2 months. The Green Courthouse looks great on you. It looks great, Debbie. Thank you so much. KT also says, happy you're back. Best group of people here. That is also not wrong. KT, you are part of the best group of people, but just know it would not be the same without you. So glad you're here. Appreciate that so much. Appreciate your support. Burnt Toast as well. So glad we're back together. It's Monday. We are together. Everything's good. Life is good. Why is this on the screen? Helps if I put that on the screen and this off the screen. So let me go over those again. Let's see. We had Greeners. Thanking our mods. Thank you very much. Debbie Wilson got her 2 months. Looks good. Looks even better when it's on the screen, Debbie. KT, thank you very much. Also, love the green next to your name. Burnt Toast. We are back together with a heart. Thank you so much. Let's see. Dusty Den, so glad you're back on YouTube. I am. Thank you. I'm glad you guys saved all your super messages for now. Let's see how we can rattle these off. Angie, 6 months, 8 days. Welcome home, RA. And that looks great. Love the yellow. Thank you so much. That is awesome. One of the OGs. India Artworks. Yay. Missed everyone so much. Thank you so much. Good to have you here. Oh my goodness. It is a good day. That's all I can say. Susan McElroy, 3 months in. Yes, that's awesome as well. Lee says, glad you're back on YouTube. I am back. We're back. I guess I can't say that. That's like trademarked or something, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Lee. Maisla, great to be home. 5 months, Maisla. 5 months. That's awesome. Lee, also 5 months. Let's see. Susan, 3 months. It's just awesome. You guys, the support you've given me and the channel and is amazing, and what you do for our community is incredible. Thank you. We are back. I appreciate all those who have deposited their DNA on the like button. That does help us a great deal as well. I will have to say we have a special request. A special request for a birthday wish. Look at that mellow yellow. Thomas, my podcast partner, I would say podcast partner in crime, but it's really not relevant what we do. See what I did there? Anyway, Thomas, thank you very much. Yellow as well. Appreciate your support. Great friend. Thank you so much. Yes, he's the guy. I'm just glad the sound effects are working. Let's see if we can keep that happening. Let's see. Man, it's so good to have the effects back and all our commands and everything else. I've missed them terribly. We do have, let's see, I missed the very beginning. I missed the very beginning. I think it was Mystic Mama. Did you win the internet? I think so. I think it was Mystic Mama that won the internet. Not with this comment, but an earlier one. Congratulations to you, Mystic Mama. You know what being first in chat entails, and the penalty, punishment, prize, that goes along with that. And that is internet ownership and responsibility to care for and maintain all things IP related worldwide. Small task. Many people have done it before you. It shouldn't be too hard. But thank you very much. And you get to do that again today for us. I know you've done it before and done a fantastic job. So congratulations to you. Let's see. Bree Cole says, came back from vacation with letter in the mail. Jury duty, Orange County. Yay! We are back together. Bree, I need to know which state. Are we talking Colorado? I'm sorry, not Orange. Colorado does not have an Orange County. For those of you who just think I got geographically impaired, it's a Monday. It was a slip up. Are we talking California or Friday? I promise I have not been drinking yet this morning. I promise. There's burns like sour milk. No, I have not been drinking. Are we talking California or Florida counties? Orange County. It makes a difference. And the reason why it makes a difference is because we have a big case coming up in Orange County, Florida. It's actually, we've got a hearing this week coming up. And don't let me get sidetracked. I have to get back to this. So Bree, let me find out where that is. I'll try to watch chat for that, or if the mods, if you see that, if I miss it, because I'm a little bit sidetracked. Kim Newton, member for 2 months. Thank you very much. Welcome to the gallery. It's awesome. Thank you very much. And 6 Volt Bus, happy to be on the 6-month bus. That is awesome. The 6-month bus is getting crowded. There are quite a few people, and it is a party wagon. Let me just tell you, this is the place to be. Thank you very much, 6 Volt. Once again, one of our fantastic mods. Aaron Patterson, yay, 2 months in. Thank you. And Debbie Blair. Debbie has 3 months here. Good morning to you. Congratulations. Like to see that green courthouse by your name as well. All right, let me tell you where we're going today, because we are following a case out of Arizona where they don't start till after lunch. I don't know how else to say that. Just with the time zones and everything else, and when they I guess they keep bankers hours out there. You know, early mornings are rough. They're rough in Arizona. The early mornings are great to be out on the porch when it's cool and enjoy the weather before it turns, toxic and tries to kill you during the day. So I guess early mornings people don't work. So they start court 10:30 their time, which add that to the, I think it's 10:30, it might be 11, their time, and add that to the delay as far as the time zones, and they have like a half time zone as well. So it puts us lunchtime before we get to start watching court. We are going to go there to the Michael Turney trial. We're going to follow that. That has just begun last week. We had the opening statements, a little bit jumbled up, but we had the opening statements and the first 2 witnesses. I think the second witness is still on the stand. I think that's where we are. Anyway, that's going to be happening this afternoon, and we're going to pick that up when that begins. Then tomorrow's the 11th. The thing that's important about the 11th is that there I am. I was like, why am I not on the screen? But I was right behind my camera. I couldn't see myself. What happens tomorrow is that Sarah Boone has a hearing. This is the last pre-trial conference hearing before her trial is slated to start July 24th. So we are so close. We're so close to Sarah Boone starting. I don't know. I mean, honestly, there's a chance. I've got my fingers crossed saying, it doesn't happen. But there's a chance that this could push. It's pushed so many times before. We know that they're having all sorts of issues. I've been watching the court filings out of Orange County. The last thing we've seen that's been filed is basically the prosecution requesting a list of witnesses from the defense. Anybody who might know anything, just say, hey, you need to provide that. I haven't seen the response yet, but we're getting close. It's crunch time, right? This is everyone's suiting up. Ready? The big game happens on the 24th, and I think it's actually going to go forward. So we will follow what happens. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to follow the hearing live, because it may be very brief. I mean, it might be like 3 hours of waiting and then 10 minutes of in and out and done. So we'll follow what happens there. It might be a little post-hearing. It depends on what is available, what we can use. That's a little harder to get. But we'll keep up to date on that one. So that's happening this week. That's happening tomorrow. So we'll have an update there. Let's see. Erica843 says, thankful for the gifted memberships. It looks good. Love the new courthouse color for you. Let's see. Denise, good morning, everyone from Cali. Welcome, Denise. Good to have you here. And Lilith, so glad you're back. I'm glad you're back, Lilith. That makes it even better that you are here. Thank you. Let's see, command's not working. Did they just stop? Man, I am having a little bit of issue with all my computers. Let's see, commands not working. Try them again. Let me just see. Seat. They're working now. You might be a little behind. I think they're working. I failed to start it before. It has crashed on me a couple times before. So we'll see. Subject matter jurisdiction is working. So that's working. Let's see. Okay, so I missed. Was it what county was it? Orange County, because that's where Boone is. Honestly, Florida, Orange County. If you got a jury notice, and the timing is right for a 24th court, you could be on Sarah Boone's jury, or you could potentially be on the jury that hears the Sarah Boone trial. Now, the odds of making it there are very small because the number of people that are picked, or first the number of people that are summoned, the number of people that are selected out of that are very small, and then there's other trials and other things. So, let's see. Sarah Boone soon. I'm keeping my eye out. Honestly, I think we may even get another letter. There could be a letter that the judge has received and it just hasn't been filed yet. Because if we look at all her letters, she's if nothing else, she is prompt. Right? She has her calendar. She has marked off days. She knows exactly how many hours she has been in there since her last letter, and she notes that often. She often does. Let's see. Lilith, we got you there. We're so glad you're back. Thank you so much. Angie gifts a membership as well. Thank you very much, Ann. I appreciate that. And it looks, I don't know who got that one. Let's see. That one went to... It went to CW. You're back. What, sorry, I got yelled at right as I said CW. Congratulations, CW. Thank you, Ann. Aaron Patterson, yay, you're back. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate you so much. Your support is incredible. It means the world to me. Sarah Boone is prompt. Is the AC fixed? Not fixed, but it's a much cooler. We've fixed a lot of the problem, and honestly, Weather Watch fixed some of the problem.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
He sent us an amazing thunderstorm yesterday that cooled down. Rainstorms. We probably got like 2 inches of rain in about 20 minutes, which is about normal for North Carolina, and just cooled everything down and opened up the house. We sat out on the deck, just cooled it down. Our house was like the hottest spot in the block, and so we just had to let the hot air out. And so it's much better today. Okay, let's see. What did I miss right here? Miss Chris, member for 6 months. Woohoo! Love the yellow. I love it. Rudy Patootie gifts a membership as well. Thank you, my good sir. Let your owner know you're gifting memberships, though. So that would be great. Speaking of pets, and birthdays, I just wanted to share this one right. Oh, that's not it. That's right here. There we go. This one right here. This is Hannah. She is 15. Hannah belongs to Nurglerot, or Eric, as I know him. Eric sent this in and said, hey, if you get a moment, you do a shout out. Definitely, Eric. That is awesome. Love the birthday. Love the whole get up. The flowers, the food, the candles, the neckerchief. Looks great. Congratulations, Hannah, on the birthday. And Eric, thank you very much for the picture and the request. Love that you're here. Appreciate that very much. Let's see. I hope Eric is here. I texted him and said I was going to do it. So hopefully 15 in dog years. Burnt Toast just gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Burnt Toast. That went to Holly. Holly, congratulations on that. Let's see where we are. 98 today here in California, rolling with 7. 98's hot. It's hot. We haven't had it quite that hot. Don't have comments on the screen. Oh, man. Lee, I am struggling to get everything together. In addition, my comment device, this guy right here, when I click I'm left clicking, right? It does my left click and it does my right click, which opens up this little menu over here, which I do not need, but it prevents me from left clicking on anything else easily. So I'm a little. What is your temp there? It was 76 a minute ago. I think it's 77 now. Do you think Boone will actually start? I do. Only Julie. I think that's because the judge has said I'm tired of the delays, and Sarah Boone has said, look, what's with the delays? Okay, first of all, I was watching. Let's see, who was it? I don't remember. One of our. Let's see. There's a lady. Is it Emily? Not. It wasn't Emily Baker. It was somebody else. She had. I think it was Kurt. On civil law on. They were talking about Sarah Boone and about the latest letter. They were taking turns reading pages of the letter, and as they mentioned on that little on that clip, it is never a good idea to write the judge. Okay, it's like the worst thing to do is write the judge. The judge can't just talk to you directly without talking to the two lawyers. So basically, if you talk to him, he has to tell the lawyers what you said, and then anything you disclose in the letter basically becomes evidence. You've, as Sarah Boone has done, she's talked about what her lawyers have said to her, and so she's pierced that veil of protection that comes from the lawyer-client relationship, and she's sort of popped her own bubble of protection there. It's just bad news for her every which way. But in doing that, she has let the judge know, in no uncertain terms, that she is sick of waiting. That she's like, this isn't right. You can't just hold me here for 3.5 years without moving forward. I'm trying to move forward, and it's not going forward. Nobody's talking to me. They are talking to her, but no one's talking to her as much as she wants. Okay, she wants a lot more than that. Andrew C., happy Monday. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the 2 months. Thank you, my good sir. Let's see. Anyway, so I think it's going to go forward. I really think we do. We've got Judge Cedric Simpson live this morning. We could probably jump over there for a little bit as we're waiting. I'm so excited about Sarah Boone. I think what we're going to do, because I have this little. I'm going on vacation. Okay, I said it. It's not a vacation really. I'm going as another adult leader. This was for a group of boys that are going out to the eastern side of North Carolina, up in the mountains. I have been promised by people who have done scouting trips out there, because I've never been there, that we have excellent cell service, and I'd like to cover next week the Sarah Boone letters as we ramp up to that starting the week after. So I would love to have all that put together and just be able to get up to speed on Sarah Boone a little bit, as far as what's happened, where this is at, where the case is likely to go. All the drama behind the moment that led up to this point. I'd like to cover all that if we can next week as we get ready for Sarah Boone. But tomorrow is really going to be the day where we know, because the judge is either going to say, yeah, we're going to push it out again, which I hope he doesn't, or he's going to say, yes, 24th, be here, be square, and it's going to happen. Let's see. Woohoo! Morning, everyone. Miss Johnson, thank you very much. Thank you for the 2 months of support as well. Erica, made it a month in. Thank you for everything you do. Can't wait for Sarah Boone trial. You and me, both, Erica. That's going to be so exciting. DSN gifted a membership as well. DSN, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That one went to Jenny G.A. Congratulations, Jenny. We're doing Sarah Boone this morning. We were going to do Sarah Boone next week, because that's the week before the trial. Because Sarah Boone happens tomorrow. At least the Sarah Boone that happens tomorrow is just a quick hearing. But that hearing is going to tell us if the 24th is going to hold. That's where it's the last chance they can say, Your Honor, I need more time. The state has said they don't need more time. The defense has said they do need more time. We're going to get an idea there if they found their expert witness that they're looking for, especially one to testify in her defense to the battered wife syndrome, or maybe defense. I guess syndrome is the wrong word, but the battered wife defense. Which may somehow, in some twisted alternate reality, come into play in the trial. Can you fix the mouse issue in your Mac settings? I wish I could, Adam. This one, I don't know. It comes and goes. Intermittent problems are the worst ones to fix when it comes to electronics. Last time the judge seemed getting very impatient about getting Sarah Boone the Sarah Boone trial started. Yes, he was like, look, we've pushed it off. And pushed it off and pushed it off. And Sarah Boone is complaining, right, throughout all this. She is complaining and complaining and complaining. We have 5 letters from her that have been copied to the judge, that have been sent out to everyone. All these letters could be entered as evidence. Seriously, they all can. Anything she said in there is fully, disclosable and admissible. And And there's more. I mean, there's the issues that she brings up, especially when it comes to her lawyers. How she's on her, what is this, her 6th lawyer? There's some point when you're in the justice system as a defendant, and you have a court-appointed lawyer to you, and you keep having new lawyers appointed to you because the other ones quit. At some point, you have to look at this and say, maybe it's not them. Maybe it's me. I think that there's some point, I'm not sure what that number is. Is it after 3 lawyers quit that you're saying, hey, maybe I'm the, what's the acronym?
Is that
AITA? Is it, how do you say AITA nicely? Am I the problem here? Sarah Boone has got 6, and I realize some of them were not her fault. Honestly, were not her fault. Just luck of the draw. They picked somebody who could not defend her legally. And that happens. But 6, and some of them are just like, Your Honor, please let me off this case. And they've tried, and this last guy has done the same thing. Number 6 has said, please. All that is left to him right now, honestly, if this lawyer wants to get off this case, which is still possible, even in this late hour, he can do one of 2 things. He can move out of state. He is no longer living in the state of Florida, and he can surrender his bar card. He can basically retire and say, I no longer want to practice law. I'm out of the profession, or I can move out of state. Those are his only 2 options, because other than that, the judge has ordered him, you will go forward with this case. You will present a defense. You will be this defendant's lawyer for this case. Nurse for God just gifted 5 memberships, and they went to 5 people, is my guess, just if you were to ask me. Let's see, Bug Dugger, Aztec Art, Rita Wilson, Debbie K, Purple Butterfly 77. Thank you very much. Did anybody see, was it Orange County, Florida, or Orange County, California? I keep missing it, and I'm not paying attention to chat as I should. Let's see. Pauline, do you think Ari will find us in contempt of court if we hop? There's another one. I realize there's other trials that are going on. Eileen, you're green again. Bug Dugger, yes, you are. Looks great. We are back to the normal. Picky, thank you so much for being here. That is just awesome. It is Florida. Name is Mud. Florida. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Florida is, I don't know what the dates are. How much notice do they give you in Florida for jury duty? Is it like 3 months out? Because this might be the next pool for the next batch of criminal cases. But Sunny Florida Mom lives in Orange County, Florida. That is awesome. I've actually got some requests in. I'm working on some right now for the sheriff to get a little different feed than what we've seen before on Sarah Boone. Hopefully it gets processed quickly. Her lawyer is so frail he might not make it through the trial. Pauline, excellent point. The lawyer has struggled with his health. I think he had COVID, first of all. That just about did him in, honestly. He had a back injury that his... standing and just moving is a problem. It's difficult. Oh, man. Oh, a couple of you in Orange County, Florida, that you are like home base for this. Thank you, Aztec Art. Appreciate that. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody but Sarah Boone. Here's what's going to happen. Let me just make a prediction now. You can go ahead and write this down because I think I'm 100% right. Sarah Boone is going to testify. And she is going to talk and talk and talk, and she is going to want to say more than her lawyer wants her to say. I mean, realize the lawyer right now, his role is to try to talk her out of doing this, saying there is nothing good that can be accomplished by you getting on the stand and trying to tell your story and say it wasn't intentional. Nothing good can come of that. There is zero chance, absolute zero chance that Sarah Boone is listening to that and saying, "Okay, I listen to your advice. That's good advice. I'll take that." No, she wants to tell her story. She's the only one who can tell it the way she tells it, where she has the puppy dog eyes and says, "But it wasn't intentional." And she thinks that, yes, this is my prediction, Georgia Culture, 100%. She thinks that is going to be the key. It will be like all the letters. The letters were like the let's see, when you flip over the back of the book and you read the back, it's got a little summary. It's got a little snippet out of the book. It's to get you interested and buy the book or check it out from the library, whatever it is. The letters are like that for what Sarah Boone's testimony is going to be like. It's going to be numbers filled. It's going to include all sorts of irrelevant stuff, irrelevant to court. I believe she'll try to bring up every possible issue that was raised in the letters in court, and you're going to have people objecting to this. You might have the prosecution just letting it ride because it's just so bizarre. But anyway, I think she's going to try to bring up everything. I think she would, if she could, she would testify twice in court. She would like to, she would like to be first, second, and third witness in this trial. That's my prediction. And the poor lawyer, once she says, because it is her decision, it's her decision entirely whether or not she testifies. Once she says, yes, I'd like to testify, he has to question her. He has to ask her the questions to get this story told. And basically, he's going to have to just open the floodgates and then try to stand out of the way and just pray that that some shred of defense is still available to him after she finishes talking. Because I don't think there will be anything left. Anyway, the entire case, from what we've heard before, assuming that they have not, assuming that they have not found an expert witness to testify in her defense, okay, which could add to this, but it's slated to take less than a week from start to finish. It's going to be fairly quick. This isn't a huge whodunit case. They don't have to prove who did it. They don't need to prove how, they will prove how he died, but it isn't like a theory of the prosecution. It's like, this is what we think happened. We know what happened. She told us what happened, and she filmed it for us so we can see what happened in this case. So the actual evidence that's going to be presented is going to be focused on those elements of the case that they have to prove that were not handed to them on a silver platter by Sarah Boone herself. And that's going to have to do specifically with intent. So that the entire case is going to be focused on the intent of what she did and where that moment of intent occurred. And it wasn't while she was upstairs in bed, thinking, I'm just going to go to sleep. I don't know what's taking him so long. It was the moment. It was downstairs. It was possibly when the suitcase was rolled downstairs. It was possibly when she was filming. It was possibly when she stepped away to go upstairs, leaving him gasping for air behind him. So we're gonna hear all about that. We're gonna see all the footage again. We're gonna see the interrogation. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be shown. We're gonna see the police body cam footage of when they showed up at the crime scene and how she was acting and everything there. And so we're also going to see her cell phone video and the photo that she took, both videos and the photo that she took, in commission of the crime. Seriously, you cannot make these things up. You cannot make these things up. And I realize it is in Florida, and it gives Florida a bad name. It is not that Florida is a bad place. Don't think that Florida is for some reason full of crazy, weird people that don't exist anywhere else in the country. It is primarily because Florida has the most amazing Sunshine Act. That they believe that a good dose of sunshine is great for all things, including oranges, including the court proceedings, including police records, including everything. They say, let the light shine on what we are doing so everyone can see. That way there will be no doubt, there will be no questions, there will not be any speculation, anyone like, hey, rumors, things like that. No, it's all out in the open, and everyone gets to see it. And it's not always pretty. But just because they show that does not mean they're worse than any other state. It's just the other states don't show it, honestly. Try getting a police chase video from North Carolina. You think they don't happen here? They do. They happen. It's like pulling teeth to get one. It's almost illegal to show it to someone if you do get one. It's incredible. Some states are so protective of things that could make them look bad that they have this image that they presented out there that we aren't bad. Nothing bad happens here. See, you don't see anything bad happening because they don't let you see. The wall is up. You cannot get past it. Anyway, Florida is not like that. That's why we get all these amazing stories. That's why we get these amazing trials out of there, because the sun is shining in Florida on everything. All right. It's crazy. Weird people doing crimes in every state. Dusty Nunn, they sure are. I beg to differ about Florida, says KT. They're full of crazies. There are crazy people everywhere. It's just Florida lets you see them without worries. Okay. Do you think she had a video of pushing the suitcase down the stairs? I don't think she did, Pauline. I think if she had filmed one, there's a chance they could have recovered it. I don't know. She would have had to film it and delete it and then film it again and had that same storage. I don't know how it works on the actually digitally. Digital deletions are
Aztec Art just sent a super sticker with 2.99.
Thank you, Aztec Art. Appreciate the super sticker. I love the llama in your profile picture as well. Is that why Florida is a sunshine state? That's one of the reasons. Plus, they just get a lot of sunshine, so they basically just claim rights to it. They're closer to the equator. It's just the sun sits high over Florida. What can I say? It's beautiful down there. Susan Young says, I live in Florida. These people are crazier than the Mad Hatter. So you beg to differ, is what you're saying. When I play hide and seek, I hide in a closet, not in a suitcase. Mary, when I play hide and seek, I don't let the person who's seeking hide me. And I realize that's just the way I play. I probably grew up doing it differently than other people, but I always thought it was more of a competition and less of a punishment. Let's see. They have open records site too. Oh, do they ever, Rudy? They have ever. Now let me just say, open records are great in Florida as long as the agency that is providing them wishes to comply. Florida does not have any means for someone who has requested open records and is not getting them or is not getting a response for seeking redress. I can't escalate this to a higher channel and they force someone to release the records. I know this because we've requested records from Governor DeSantis, and they acknowledge that the request is still pending, but they do nothing about it, apparently. Or alternatively, they have so many thousands of record requests that they may never get to mine, even though they're worked in order. That's let's see. Discord link is expired. Oh no, we'll need to get a new Discord link. Let's see, above is a new link. Let me grab that. Okay, we'll get that link fixed here. Just one second. You guys want Discord for sure. Let's see. I'm on the wrong page. Wrong page. There we go. Let's see. Let's airdrop this to my computer. See if this works. Okay, I think that worked. Hang on. Oh, I sent it to the wrong computer. Let's send it to the other computer. That's the one. Just one second. We'll get the airdrop link fixed. That's critically important, guys, because there's so much information over on Discord that is useful and necessary. Let's see. Chat commands, chat bot commands. Which one is it? Discord. There it is. Copy. And paste. All right. I think the Discord channel update has been fixed. Let's see. Hide chat, show chat, pop out chat, and we're back. Okay, Greeners has tried it here. Let's turn the chat on again. See if that works. Okay, is that a better link? We were using this one before. I thought that was like a permanent link. Maybe not. All right. Let's see. One thing to be mindful about tomorrow, Sarah Boone, the notifications I'm getting from the court is that the Sarah Boone hearing is slated to start at 8 a.m., which is pretty early. Generally, these hearings or these types of hearings are actually scheduled in blocks. So there could be 20 different cases scheduled to start at 8 a.m., so it doesn't mean that hers necessarily will start at 8 a.m., but generally the closer we get to trial, the longer the hearings take. I don't know, this is what I've been finding. This isn't a rule that's always true, but it seems that the closer we get to trial, it takes a little bit longer, because earlier on they could just say, yeah, we just continue, and they're like, okay, sure, whatever. Okay, new link works. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate you testing that out for us. So the time, let's see, be kind. Which one are you asking about? I'm not sure which one that was. Can you remind people that want to join our Facebook page, they have to answer all the questions, otherwise they will be declined. Sharon McDonald, thank you very much. For those that are asking to join Facebook, it's more than just a join button. We're trying to keep the bots out, because there are bots that try to join and just want to spam weird stuff that none of us want to see. And so we've asked some very simple questions, and honestly, there's like no really wrong answer unless there's no answer. So just carefully read the questions and give it your best go, and we'll be able to tell that whether it's a bot or not, and get you guys joined on the Facebook side. Let's see. All our family court cases start at 8 a.m. no matter if it's 10 or 100 that day. If there's 10 or 100. Okay, Rudy, this is probably what makes sense here. So just because it starts at 8 a.m. does not mean it will happen at 8 a.m. Yeah, 1 + 1 equals. It's of that nature, Cachette. It's slightly harder. I think the first question is basically, what trial were you watching when you first found RA or something like that. And there's something about a camel, and basically, do you agree not to be a pain in the butt? I think those are the questions, or some derivative of them. Your car's extended warranty just gifted a membership. Congratulations to Gypsy Moon, who was gifted a membership courtesy of your car's extended warranty. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Good to have you both here. Do you agree you're not to be a camel? Yeah, that's it. Do you agree not to be a camel? Or something close? What trial are we covering today, and how many days behind am I? Tiffany, a day and a half behind. And we're covering the Michael Turney trial. This is a cold case murder trial out of Arizona, where, interestingly, the defendant, who is the stepfather of the girl who was missing, and I say missing because they never found any evidence that she's dead. All they have,
SBLF.
All they have is thank you, TW, for the Sarah Boone Letter Fund. I'm really hoping that comes through. I appreciate that. All that they have, Tiffany, is and this is Alyssa Turney, his stepdaughter, who was, I believe, 17 at the time she went missing.
I'm not a camel.
Last day of school, they have evidence that she is gone. Nobody has seen her. Okay, there's no blood anywhere. There was no weapon found. There's no decomposed body. There's no there's nothing other than the lack of seeing her that they have as far as physical evidence, and maybe some discussion involving the defendant to other people that she's dead. So other than that, there's nothing to go on. It's entirely a circumstantial case, which is going to be just quite interesting to watch happen, honestly, because it's difficult to prove. We saw that in Zachariah Anderson. A lot of people looked at that and said that shouldn't have happened the way it did. The jury shouldn't have reached that. There's not enough evidence to convict on that. But it's going to be another one of those cases. It's another case where everyone's going to have to look at the totality of the evidence, what they find, the suspicious circumstances, all these pieces that they put together, and then see if that gets them past all reasonable doubts, or any reasonable doubts, or beyond reasonable doubt. Now I can't even think of what the standard is. It's been a rough weekend. Hey, Colburn gifted a membership. Thank you very much. That one went to Toxic Orchid. Congratulations, Toxic, one of our great mods. Thank you very much. Toxic's fantastic. And also fantastic over there on Discord. Glad we got that link fixed. Does anyone know if these simple bot firewall questions are being outsmarted by ChatGPT-driven bots? I feel like we're at the brink of needing a bigger boat. Franco, the questions, the ChatGPT bot would have to be fluent in our sort of vernacular of the case. It's sort of specific to us. So the question is sort of like I don't know. It's, asking if you're not a camel. It seems a logical thing for a chatbot to be able to conclude. But then having a person answer it might be a little different. Let's see. Feels like it's been a month. It's been forever. I've been good talking to you last night as well. Thank you very much. Good. Thanks for the call. Did anyone see that Gannon's autopsy pictures were released and are online? Just awful. Belinda, yeah, that's one I'm not going to go look at. We realize those are ones that we did not show intentionally during the trial. That's not the way I want to remember him. And they're rough. They're really rough. And I say that because I've heard, not that I've seen. Let's see. I've been shopping to my local town of Hartlepool and bought lots of new clothes to celebrate the return of Recovery Addict. Awesome, Eileen. Thank you very much. It's been a long week. Hope your kids are feeling better. Almost all of them. I think we have one left that's still not feeling well, and it's because of he's allergic to the medicine that you need to take to fix this. So that's the problem. Let's see. Where are we here? Did I miss anything else? 6-month anniversary. Congratulations, Steal Your Heart. That is awesome. 6 months is great.
Let no dead horse.
What did you do while you were gone? Kim, I actually still live streamed, but I realized for those that are only on YouTube, it might have been difficult to find me. I live streamed to Facebook and I live streamed to Rumble, which we might pick up again once we get some things sorted out on this side. We've got a few things that need to be sorted. Specifically, my computer does not want to handle streaming as an encoder right now, and so I've got to figure out why. Will they let people in the courtroom tomorrow? Yes, it's open to the public. Florida's courtrooms are generally always open to the public that way. They're always, in almost every court, is first come, first serve. So sometimes for a big case like that, you'll end up having to stand in line, before the courthouse opens to get in. They're going to save some spots and probably quite a few spots for media that's requested access, so they know how many media members are going to be in the courtroom roughly. And then they're going to save some spots for family, for victims, for those people. And then the balance is going to be open to the public. And that's where you'd want to find a seat generally. The only better seat that open to the public is sort of hard to get, and that's on the jury. So if you get that one, that's the best seat in the house, apparently. Being allergic to antidote sucks. Yeah, that he's not in a happy place. But at least we're not giving him the antidote anyway, because that's what we knew we did originally. We didn't know he was allergic to it, and that made it much worse. Let's see. Missed last week with on vacation. What happened to the officer's trial? We were watching. Wait. We're still on the verdict. On that one, Kelly, we're talking about this. The SRO officer, Scott Peterson, out of Florida, was found not guilty on all charges. The jury basically said there's nothing, including the perjury charge. There's nothing that they found him guilty of, which was an extremely emotional verdict reading for the defendant and his team and his family. And it also happened to be the exact moment that I received a copyright strike and that shut down my channel for a week. Pampered Glamper says, I so missed everyone. Welcome back, RA. It is good to be here. It's good to be back. When does trial start today? I think we're at like noon or noon 30, if that's a time. It's going to be lunchtime. So we're just wanting to get on here this morning and tell you what's happening today with the trial. First of all, the trial we're going to is Arizona. Michael Turney. It's a cold case. He's 75 years old. It took so long for the police to charge him in this trial. It took so long for the police to be interested in this case. Ironically, one of the proponents of the police becoming involved was the defendant himself. Him trying to get them involved in this disappearance, in this runaway, trying to find where his stepdaughter went. And there's some evidence that seems to indicate, if you accept it at face value, that she ran away from home. And that that is going to be a huge doubt in people's minds that they'll need to overcome if they're going to convict him of murder. So we'll have to see what evidence comes out that way. I've heard there's some pretty damning evidence that we're going to be hearing, but we'll see. Scott Peterson is home free. He is. Backwoods Nation says, all right, had my birthday yesterday. Had a great day. Happy birthday, Backwoods Nation. Rumble was a little rough. It's rough on the edges. I think the platform itself will get better. I do like that there's an alternate out there to be able to stream to. There are some things I really like about it, as well as some things that that need some work. Let's see. Okay. Did you hear about Larry Nassar getting stabbed in prison this morning? No. Whoa. Somebody got a shiv in there, huh? What's his outcome, Meggles? Never underestimate the comfort of YouTube. Big sigh of relief. It feels so good to be back. Well, on hiatus, the show I just did aired on TBS and YouTube. I Survived Bear Grylls, episode 5. Whoa! That's cool. That is cool. Those survival shows, those are pretty rough, pretty extreme. Sixfold says Rumble has a silent G on the front end. That is funny. That is really funny. All right. This is where we are. This is our position right now. Hang on, let me turn this over here and there and here. We could do a little court hopping this morning. We have I think Judge Cedric's in. Obviously we're not going to get James and Cynthia in Judge Cedric's court, but let's see. Let's see where else we have. I think the best thing to do is just gear up for court to start this afternoon. That will give me a couple hours to run out and to work and hang drywall in my Airbnb, because once the drywall is up, we can start air conditioning, which would be awesome. Let's see. According to AP News, he's in stable condition. Rena Shaw, thank you very much. It is so good to be here. I cannot tell you the sense of relief on my face when we got things sorted out. We are missing a DB hearing. He's I thought he pled guilty or took a plea on that one. I thought he took a plea. Yes, you can get some work done and then devote the attention this afternoon to the Michael Turney case. Toxic, you are most welcome. I would say that on behalf of the person who gifted it to you, who I believe was, let's see, I think it was A. Colburn. Yes, it was. It was A. Colburn right there, who gifted you a membership, Toxic. That is awesome. Also, a radio personality here has her own ground-penetrating radar company. She does it herself. GPR is some fun stuff. It's almost an art form, and I realize it's science, but ground-penetrating radar, basically finding images from under the surface of the ground. That's some next-level stuff. Okay. Talk about your Airbnb sometime. Where is it? It's in my backyard. It's not far from me. It's a separate building from my house. It was a 20 by 80 garage. Now it's going to be a 20 by 80 2-bedroom Airbnb. And we've redone. It's funny. It was an existing building that was, the garage doors were too small to even fit my car through. They were made for like buggies or carriages back in the early 1900s, and it was just useless for anything I needed it for. So we gutted the entire thing down to the concrete, down to the studs. Ended up tearing out a lot of the studs and redoing those. The roof is the same, and that's about it. The roof's the same. And that's about it. But everything else we've redone. Almost all the siding. It looks like an entirely new building, and it's going to be awesome. We were going to reuse a lot of the insulation, but it turns out we had R11. We had to go up to R13 on the walls, and then we had to put new R38 in the ceiling. I did all that, which was a lot of work, and I still itch because of it. Phil Dilberg, welcome to the gallery. Thank you so much for becoming a supporter. That purple courthouse by your name indicates that you are a new supporter on the channel, and that will change color as your supporter status upgrades from month to month. So thank you very much. Welcome. Good to have you here, my friend. Okay, we need someone with a metal detector to come help us locate a couple septic tanks with a house we're buying at the lake. Paula, septic tanks. That's the one thing I don't want to find on accident. And they're actually sometimes really hard to find because sometimes they're not metal. So they're a little tricky. I would suggest your best bet would be to get somebody who has a spring steel rod that's about maybe 6 feet long, and they probe the ground for it. And it can actually be done pretty well. Pretty quickly. You can probe every few feet and using a grid, and you can locate things pretty quickly that way. But that spring steel, it's hard to find nowadays. You used to be able to get it from like old. This is taking us way back. You know the spring in the trunk of an old car where you turn the key and the trunk would pop open. I'm thinking like a Chevelle or something. What would be a Chevy Malibu might have it. The old Chevy Malibu. And anyway, the rods were there at the back of the car, and they're a twisted rod with little hooks on the end, and they spring them into place and bend them so that the rod actually twisting is what opens the trunk. Well, if you take those out, you can cut the ends off, and that spring steel, you can bend it and it just pops right back into shape, which is really neat. But you have to carefully weld a T-bar on it so that you can push the rod down. You don't want the T-bar to break and the spring steel to skewer you. That would be the worst possible outcome. So that's the biggest danger in doing that. But they're extremely useful in finding all sorts of things that are buried in the ground. They're useful for treasure hunting as well. That's how I know about it. I've got a buddy who does it and is very effective at it. How can now, let's see, Recover Addict can now offer sweepstakes to come home to stay at Airbnb and appear live on an episode. Auction it off. Oh, no. Have we picked the next trial? Sarah Boone is the next big one that's coming up. Hope. So we're going to do some probably lead up to Sarah Boone as long as the case does not push tomorrow. So we're going to be watching that very, very carefully. Airbnb is not ready for renting, and honestly, it's I keep saying Airbnb, but it's not going to be on Airbnb. This is a rental. There's a company that just handles traveling nurses, and these nurses generally stay for 3 months at a time, and they pop in and they work all day and sleep all night, or vice versa, depending on which shift they're on. And they're great tenants. They don't require a ton of upkeep. They're usually not throwing the parties that would be a problem. But that's what we're gearing towards. I realize I could make more money on Airbnb. It tends to be more profitable, but there's also a lot more work and a lot more cleaning and stuff. And we're trying to, not that we don't want to clean it, but it's difficult to schedule for some reason, this part of the country. Anyone in the service industry, so we schedule a cleaning crew to come clean. It's difficult to get people to come in on demand, a weird schedule, which was what an Airbnb would offer. They rent it for 2 days, then we need it cleaned afterwards. They rent it for 4 days, they need it cleaned afterwards. And so these short notice service calls are difficult to fill. You can call it a pickle plantation. Interesting thing, we actually have a pickle plant not far from where I am. It's a derelict building that might become something else one day. That's all I can say about that. Sarah Boone, not today, Pauline. We're going to cover Sarah Boone's hearing tomorrow, which will tell us if the case goes forward on the 24th. And that's basically all we need to know, is that the judge says, as ordered, we're moving forward on the 24th. That's the biggest thing that can happen. The second biggest thing that can happen is if we get indication from the defense in Sarah Boone's case that they have found an expert witness. That will add probably at least 2 days to the trial, because they're going to have direct testimony, cross-examination, and then probably a rebuttal witness to that from the state. So that's the most important parts we can hear out of tomorrow. I doubt anything else major is going to happen. I don't think the judge will let the attorney off the case. He may try again. I don't know. But anyway, Dodie says, if you ever drive around the Yukon, Canada area, there are a lot of old cabins and houses. I heard they buried money in cans in the backyards. That was true. They did. It's very hard to find it, but when you do, that would be a little cache, is what they call it. A cache, C-A-C-H-E, not just a C-A-S-H, but a cache of cash. Those can be amazing, especially when they have silver and gold in them. Let's see, less overhead, smart. It's not just the overhead; it's more the logistics, because we're fine. I mean, if we had a cleaning service that, with 8 hours notice, could come and clean anytime, we would do Airbnb in a heartbeat. That would be a lot of fun. It would be easier to keep it filled, and the downtime would be smaller because the contracts, when people move in and move out, is different. But anyway, it's. I think this is how we're going to start. We might switch to Airbnb if we're able to find some good service providers. Let's see, are we going to play catch up on the cold case trial, or has it not started? Kevin, we actually live streamed the cold case trial already. The videos have been posted on the YouTube channel. They were not live streamed on the YouTube. They were live streamed on Rumble and on Facebook. And then I took that video and uploaded it to this channel. So those videos are available to be watched in high speed if you want to catch up. The trial has started. It will continue today, but it doesn't start today till about lunchtime our time. So we've got another 2 hours before trial starts. So we're probably gonna take a little break and then pop back in when that's about to begin. Does anyone have the exact time that? And this is Maricopa County, Arizona, that the trial begins today. Late, yay, we're back. Kitty kitty bang bang, we are. Thanks for being here. Queen Chief of Three Kings, great morning. Good morning to have you here. Ritz is here. Sorry for tardiness, lurking and looky-looing. We've all done that. Good morning, all. Feels good to be back here. Thank you, Judy. Great to have you here as well. Picky, thanks for being here. All of our great mods, incredible. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. I was a travel nurse recruiter and had to find housing for nurses. That was so awesome that you're doing that. I wish you well. Hippie Chick, my partner in this project, who has all the skills. I will say, I bring nothing but the building and a little bit of very unskilled muscle labor, but some of the money. But my partner in this, his wife is a traveling nurse, and so this is how we found out about this. And the cool thing about this is we get to build this and say, and we can go to her at any time and say, hey, how should we do this? I mean, little things like, how should we do the curtains? And she's like, oh, you're going to want blackout curtains. Because their schedule might be completely opposite than, the sun's rotation, the Earth's rotation around the sun. Yes, I got that right. And so it's easier to sleep when the windows are dark. And so little things like that. Like, what do you want in there? And she lists, okay, this is what we need. This is what's crucial. This is what's important. This is what would sell. This is what, as a nurse, when I come in and see this, I'd be like, yes, I'll take that. And so we're able to sort of customize it just for them. And I think it'll be great. And the idea that, it's a two-bedroom unit. A lot of these nurses travel with friends and might have friends that they work with, and they're able to split the cost on something. It's like, we only need beds. Okay, we need beds, a place to shower, change, and store our clothes, and sleep at night. This is it. And so having a 2-bedroom deal, they can pool their money together. For us, it doesn't cost any more to have 2 people in it than one. A little bit more on the water heater for heating for showers or something like that. A tiny bit more on water, electricity. It's negligible, but for them, it's half the cost of renting a place on your own. And you also get some safety and just some comfort and fun just having somebody there. So. Let's see, I think the judge wants the lawyers there for 10:15 a.m., so 2:15 Eastern. It's going to be such a long day, Deebs. Let me pose this to you as well, and you guys tell me what you think. Tomorrow evening, like 4 p.m. my time, my wife has tickets to a play it's like an hour and a half away. She'd like me to drive to and from. That poses a few challenges. So we might have to do catch up. I don't know. I got to think how to do this. I don't want her to have to drive in the dark if she doesn't like that. Then so we'll do that. But Deebs, thank you very much, by the way, for this. 2:15 Eastern is the start time. So after lunch, we're going to, probably by 2 o'clock, we're going to start our live stream to pick up a trial in Arizona. this, which is still their morning. My apologies to all those in across the pond. This is the worst case for you guys. I do apologize for the timing. For how popular Rumbo's gotten, I'm surprised their app is so clunky. Yeah, they've got to polish the edges just a little bit. I think it could be great if they fixed a few things. Blackout curtains, comfy bed, laundry facilities, and coffee machine. Good Wi-Fi. That is what you need. So we're doing blackout curtains. We're doing great. We just ordered the beds. They just arrived Saturday. Laundry facilities has built-in commercial washer and dryer, not coin operated. Just yep. We'll have all the amenities in the kitchen. Good Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is going to be 2 gigabit fiber internet, so that should be fast enough for them. Big 4K TV. It should be good. We should have everything. Okay. Yes, nurses do travel together. It's fun, and we live. This is a cute little place. We live in a place where there's it's older, but there's a lot of history and there's a lot of nice looking older homes around, and so this is just a cute little one story that's going to be a lot of fun. Great AC, great heating. We've got incredible systems put in, all the water, electrical. We're thinking of everything to have all the amenities perfect there. Do catch up, RA. Enjoy the play. That's what I'm thinking. We could probably do half a day and then could go. Let's see. Go RA. I'm going to a huge sprint car race. Have to leave at 3. Sprint cars are a lot of fun. A little bit noisy. Let's see. 3-hour time difference. 10:15 is 1:15. Okay, so you're saying Arizona, so 1:15 for Eastern time? That sounds more like the right time for me. Deebs, thanks for the correction. 1:15 Eastern. Okay, so we'll start at 1 o'clock this afternoon to pick up the case in Arizona. Rudy Patootie says, chasing RA around, I'm now more on more social media sites than my kids. Rudy, this was my goal. Mission accomplished. Let's see. Toxic says we're 70 members shy of 1,900 members in Discord. Please get closer to our goal of 2,000 members by the end of the month. I think we can. And let me tell you why, Toxic. Sarah Boone is coming soon. And if you want documents on Sarah Boone, if you want access, if you want to be able to read the letters she sent, the handwritten letters, which are, of all the handwritten letters I've ever seen written out of a jail, these are the most legible, the most bizarre, but the most legible, the most entertaining, the most insightful, just the most fun to read and follow. It's crazy. It's crazy. All these things are available over on Discord. If you want to research and see what everyone's talking about when you say, have you seen the interview? The Sarah Boone interview. Have you seen that? If you want to see that, you can find all these things over on Discord. So I would strongly recommend, if you are curious about the Sarah Boone case and wondering why everyone is talking about it, follow the link. Click the Discord link. You can pop over there, and it's a pretty easy process. Once you figure out how to navigate and how to search, you'll see that there is just a wealth of information on every case you could possibly imagine. If you've heard about it in the news, it's probably on Discord somewhere, and you can find all the latest and greatest on that. They do a good job. So I think you'll be able to hit that 2,000 very quickly. Dodie says, I'm glad I'm not the only one that hates driving at night. Yeah, is it legal to drive with like fog lights on? Or is that just like the rude thing to do for everyone else? Because it sure helps me. But yes, thank you for all the corrections on the time. 1:15, Deebs. I think we got that. Thank you for that. Sprint car races are my happy place. Well, other than here, of course. I used to film at a racetrack, Judy. It was a figure 8 racetrack. I mean, it had a normal racetrack, but it also had figure 8s. And so, obviously, as you can imagine, figure 8s has an intersection. And racing and intersections you think don't go together. Imagine racing in a figure 8 and say like NASCAR. Okay, there would be crashes. Well, that's the point. Of course, they're not doing NASCAR. They're not doing really high expensive cars, high performance cars like that. They're usually doing more of like clunkers or cars pulling camper trailers or train cars. That are it's just bizarre. It's hilarious if you've never watched a figure 8 race at a good old fashioned track. Oh my goodness, they're worth it. They're so much fun. I used to film there, and at one point they were doing some sprint car racing on the outside, earlier in the day before the track got all covered in debris. So they'd do these sprint car races and just they had all these different classes of cars. It was a smaller track. It's not something you could do NASCAR on, but I had my press pass there and I've got my camera, and they're saying, hey, we'd like you, because I was filming for the track. They're like, we'd like you to sit in the trunk of the pace car and film out the back of the pace cars. The cars are warming up and lining up and getting ready to start. Man, what a rush. The thunder from the track is there, the whole fleet of cars, the whole pack is just lined up behind you. And then as the pace car pulls off and they just are, wow, the thunder is amazing. Anyway, fun times racing. All right. I think figure 8 school bus races are fun to watch. Yes, when there's nobody in the bus other than the driver and they have the right safety equipment, those buses are a lot of fun to race figure 8. Okay. Yeah, I signed my life away on a waiver before doing that, and they literally checked to make sure I had properly filled out the waiver, and then they asked me to go do the dangerous stuff. It's like, so being in the center of the track where people are spinning out and car parts are flying all over the place and tires.
There's a lawsuit.
There's a lawsuit. Yep, that's for true. Rubbing is racing. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call it quits for just a little bit. We're gonna come back at 1 o'clock. So we have 3 hours for me to do a little bit of workout on the Airbnb. We're going to come back with the Michael Turney trial as they open their day. So we'll be live with that trial as they begin in Arizona. And that's it. I'll have my water. We'll be good to go. Is that all right? Does anyone have any questions about the proceedings or anything else? Or did I miss anything that we need to cover this morning? Last Poet. Okay. Last Poet says, what time? Right now it is just after 10. We'll come back at 1. So 10, 11, 12, 1. That's 3 hours. That's how far ahead Arizona is before they start their trial. I've arranged my hair appointment perfectly with court schedule and RA's schedule today. What serendipity.
Is that correct?
Red Pen, that is awesome. That is, congratulations on just nailing that schedule. So we'll see everybody in a few, 12 o'clock your time. It is so good. Let me just tell you. It is so good to be back. It is so good to have you all here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys hanging in there when last week was a little bit rough for me. It is good. It is good to be back, and I appreciate you all. All right. That being said, it is time to play the music. What trial? We're coming back to the Michael Turney trial in 3 hours. That's when they start. They're in Arizona. I don't think the sun's even come up for them yet. So they've got a little bit of time before morning. So anyway, thank you all. We'll be back as this trial starts. Michael Turney, we're going to follow. This is day, 2? Day 3? I think it's day 3 because they didn't have court on Friday. But we'll be back with that later on, just after our lunchtime. It's going to be fun. Thank you. I look forward to having you all there. We get a little intermission. I get to go work for a few hours, which is good for me and good for them. But we'll see you at 1. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone to make the day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again in about 3 hours. We'll see you for the Michael Turney trial. All right.